gamers, sweats, and tryhards alike. This is the Masters Toronto Showmatch. Toronto Showmatch. Go ahead and introduce them. Fighting to my right side with a 2.5 million ACS total and a combined weight of 4,037 pounds of solid muscle. It's Team Toast! And their opponent, fighting to my left side with a clutch percentage of 437% total and a combined weight of 5,632 pounds of solid muscle, it's Tyree!
All right, gentlemen, I want a nice, clean Valorant match. No cheat codes, no glitches. Protect yourselves with smokes at all times. Protect your neck from headshots at all times. And I want good communication. If not, this match is over. Do I make myself clear? Now touch mice. Let's give them a show.
Well, folks, we have one question for you. Are you ready, Toronto?
RGB, I don't think they heard you.
Toronto, I said, are you ready?
Okay, that was ridiculous. What a sick start to things here today. I don't know who I'm backing more or who I'm more excited for.
I'm pumped for this
But
now.
we've got a whole new map to talk about, mate.
Well, yeah, aside from the matchup here, but again, the trailer, there's so many exciting aspects there that I can't wait to see how it plays out in game.
And look, Diego, you're still with us, right? So we need to actually really dive into what Corrode is, because you kind of talked about it there, right? Those last 5 years of experience have brought you to this point, and it looks kind of classic, right?
Yeah, so we really want to just go straight, like, kind of back to basics, you know? Like, we want to build on what we know, but also, like, take into account everything we've learned, like you mentioned. And so with Corrode, like, coming with the idea of layered defenses, we really want to hammer that home and really, you know, bring that to the forefront of the map's design.
Because I saw a couple areas in that map, some looked a little more open, but the post plants didn't seem as spammable, for example. So like some of those sunset kind of memories, but it feels like that's already been adjusted. And again, the other side was also indoors, if I'm not mistaken. So it feels like it's kind of leading us to a new way to use utility and approach it, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think what you called out A site being completely interior is like one of those ways in the map's design that we can go and like say like, hey, you can still use utility as an attacker, but it has to be very intentional. You know, you can't just send like across the map lineups. It has to be either through doorways or through windows in and around the site, and that's just one of the many ways we're trying to tackle the feeling that you can actually hold the site.
I'm so glad this is going up now. Do I see an Ascent B wall-ish sort of setup
How many
here?
walls are like this?
Yeah, so I think that is maybe the only one that you can like get decent value from.
But the window up top, it's sort of aligned more to, I guess, a similar setup to outside
Exactly.
B, but util set piece out to try and punish those.
So exactly, yeah. So if you see that Omen has been doing that for a couple of rounds in a row, it's like, hey, let's throw a dart, let's throw a Dizzy, let's counter this Omen.
But it works both ways.
It works both ways, yes.
And it feels like there's quite a bit of verticality too, right? Which I love seeing.
Yeah,
right?
once you get to the sights, it's
there's layers to it.
Yeah, so I think A is a little bit more flat as you're seeing here, a little bit just more of like slight elevation, but B site does have a bit more elevation. There's that tower position, there's the hut in the center of the site, and then there is like the railings and the staircases.
And I guess we're seeing some really good examples here of kind of what you were alluding to about kind of opportunities in terms of setting things up. There seems to be more kind of confined spaces ahead of the sites to allow for engagements on both sides for attackers and defenders, and it's kind of util oriented. There's lots of kind of corners to clear, but it's not just kind of a clean lane up to side.
Yeah, so we want you to kind of stage your utility, right? So it's like, hey, we need something to clear main. We need something to, like, as you're an attacker and you're going up towards the site, there's things that you want to clear, and so we want that utility bleed happening before you get onto the site. So it's like, hey, we want to try to save our dart for site because that's a really big piece. Let's try to see what we can do to like save it for the rest.
And we are seeing the agent select here.
An interesting approach.
Don't know if they're going to commit to that, but
who gets it though?
Your roulette.
That's true. That's true. But in your mind, is there comps that you've played, obviously internally testing, that you felt worked quite well here? Like,
what's the go-to?
What's the go-to?
Yeah, so our gameplay analysis team really helps us figure out those comps, and so I think the comps that they found were the best kind of was like an Ascent Plus. So it's like Vice, Omen, Jet, Gecko, and Sova.
Okay.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. I do see a Phoenix, though, and I'd kind of like to see that too. Because those flashes feel nice around those, like,
again, so even some of the use of the wall.
Angles.
Yeah, the use of the wall in the trailer as well makes it really... And again, with kind of that leapfrog approach where Phoenix kind of doesn't have a first wave, he can scale up really effectively. So maybe, we can hope. I'm still seeing a Rainer hover.
Look, I'm just seeing the 10s lock Jet, so there's no pulling punches.
Well, actually, we've got the Jet and the Gecko. Again, swapping out instead of a Sova, we've got the Fade. So we're feeling like Toast is almost on meta here.
Yeah, I think Tarek's doing some cooking for sure with the Reyna Sage, so I think it should be an interesting matchup.
Okay. Look, Mel's on Omen, I'm locked in.
Well, I guess from comp alone then, if you had to pick.
Yeah, who's comp?
Who's taking this?
I mean, if they've got the meta comp on the Toast side, I think they might be able to eke out some nice clean rounds, but you never know. Maybe they got some Grim Walls in their pocket on the Tarek side.
Yeah, true. Now, are you seeing this lean a little more attack or defense in your mind from your testing? Obviously, that changes when the players and the pros get their hands on it, but did it feel either side to you, or is it pretty even so far?
I think it's mostly like up to the actual team performance. You know, it's like we give defenders these extra options on site, but you know, if you can't control mid, the sites will fall apart.
And it feels very centered around that mid long line of sight, right? This is Oppa's Paradise. I'm imagining Chamber. I'm seeing all these things.
It's just interesting, something he's talking about. I'm interested to see actually if these fights do occur kind of ahead of sight, how easy it's going to be to anchor. Because again, we have examples, especially currently now in the meta of, well, just coming out of Tejo, where it comes down to your Sentinel, your kind of last line of defense really that holds onto the side. So I'm really interested to see how that pans out.
Yeah, so I think a common I guess setup is like a 1-2-2. So your hard anchor on B, 2 people mid and 2 people on A.
Okay. We'll see who's done their homework.
Yeah.
Oh,
it looks like you have the hard anchor on B right here.
This is beautiful stuff to dive in on. Good hit. We are going to be seeing. Oh my God! Look.
Wow.
These reveals already.
Who's got the lineup?
Honestly, we're cracking this.
Well, Mel said they've been scrimming for months.
True. Sorry, Shopify Rebellion. She's somewhere new. And it's just a brawl on the side. Tarek instantly diffed by 10s. No shock there. But still, the fight continues. Kaide next in the feed, and it's just going to be 10s posted up. He said he ain't pulling punches. He said he's going to be fighting this out. And it's all down to Sid City now. Brutally difficult to try and play this back in up against the 3 here.
Again, a good glimpse here of how the site's actually laid out here, but Sid City. They need to try and take it against the wall goes up, but actually it cracks. Blocked by the archway there.
I like these kind of like close choke points almost. You still got access to be able to play into it, but it does definitely herd you forward. A difficult situation. Kaide!
Opening up.
6 start, dude.
A 3K on the pistol for... And yeah, really interesting. Some of the things. Talk to us about this site in particular, because it looks quite confined. There's lots of possibilities. Actually,
that's a lineup.
That's a lineup.
They've been sweating. They've been sweating.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, something that maybe the Toast team could have done a little bit better is actually split more like left and right. It looks like they all 5 went elbow, where you saw that they were getting some friction coming into the site because they were all so clumped. I think you can think of it a little bit like Sunset A, where it's like, hey, you can make the decision. Oh, is that a timeout already?
There's no way this is a tech wars.
Did we just get techers?
Have we just been teched?
We can't be teched like this. You can't.
Welcome to the Pan
Welcome!
Podcast.
Well, we get to talk about the map though, right? Now we can actually slow down a bit. Because again, it was quite all in, but I love the fact you're already seeing the value of that Fade utility straight over the top. The reveal was excellent, then you can kind of hit those rotates, you get that information off the middle.
Because actually the ping was so close to where the barrier dropped, so I guess that one of the things that you were hitting on is kind of how deep, I guess how far forward for the defenders these engagements can come. Is that sort of typical of how you'd see an early round start, particularly for an aggressive take forwards?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think defenders should feel like they have some decent options to like kind of fight forward. I think with the way that it's laid out, you know, you can like sort of line up a Fade Eye, you can line up an Omen Paranoia or a Breach Stun, stuff like that, and really try to take the early space. But again, it's kind of a gamble where it's like, if you're going to be putting a lot more pressure on like a main, you're leaving mid susceptible to a potential like late lurk or someone being deposited in there from smoke. Yeah.
So I'm just looking at now on the minimap, the mid splits can be wild. There's so many options.
That pathing towards A looks so nice. Again, we're staring at the map, you're staring at the players, unlucky for you. But yeah, it does feel like mid is just so critical at this point. Because otherwise you are kind of not necessarily funneled, but it's such an encouragement to hit those splits.
And also, like you were talking about the long sightlines and stuff, actually there's lots of spots for an operator to tuck in as well.
Yeah.
It's not like an ascent mid where there's kind of like, you know, one or two walls for the defenders. So yeah, interesting if we get any action in there.
Actually, it's interesting that you bring up Ascent because I think while we were playing, we actually found like there was like an M1, M2, M3 smoke setup that you can do. Like smoke on stairs is like your M1, smoke in top arch, M2, and then all the way at the top window is M3. So you can kind of, as an attacker, you can have options of what you want to choose. Like, hey, let's smoke M1, let's split A. Smoke M2, let's take mid control and kind of just sit around and see where defenders are going.
And I like this as well, almost playing off site here for Toast's side as well. Kind of, you know, the dart coming through towards A, relinquishing the space. I'm going to have to play it back through, potentially, seeing Harry's team take the long road. And there's some of those kind of cubbies, right, trying to be played out by Toast, kind of like exploring what could be held, like how you could sit maybe, even with a shorty, because it is quite close quarters. As you said, you need that utility to clear the space. Your Fades, your even potentially Skies, Geckos, are going to be well and truly needed.
Yeah, I think a lot of this map, at least from in my experience, is like a lot of initiators setting up their duelists, like clearing the space and saying like, hey, we're good to go get frags. It's like they're trying to work mid.
First time we're actually seeing I guess a group in mid.
Yeah, here's the M3 smoke.
My goat Mel's got this all day, don't you worry.
Let's say Mel's tucked right now. She's ready to spring the trap.
Just you wait, see?
It's not pretty.
Observers, why do you know?
It's a Prius moment.
Classic.
Wow.
Kaide, relax.
Kaide has been scrimming.
Nah, honestly, Kaide looks locked in. This is 5 Alive. Toast is shaking. He's shaking. The nerves getting the better of him. Does anyone come this way at all? Let's see. Come on, Toast, you got this. Be brave. I don't think it's good.
Good for one? Even? What do you reckon?
I think he's got one.
No.
I believe in
Kaide clears this.
Kaide's knifing, bro. Kaide. I believed. I was all on board.
I mean, we're round 2 going for knife kills. I'm here for it.
Really, very nice. So, 2 rounds towards Tarek's side. Is this kind of playing out? I don't want to say as you expected. It is a little bit different, right? We've got people go.
Yeah.
Oh
no! Don't leave him hanging. Nice.
Thank
Even
God.
the crowd was nervous.
The synergy's just not there yet for Team Toast.
It's not there yet. You've got to work it out. I'm putting it on Mel mostly.
Okay.
You know, high expectations. And
I'm glad.
Replay,
Yeah, we put that in the replay package.
Enemy remaining.
Damn, Kaide, take it easy.
Kaide's actually cooking. 5-1. Okay, buy round coming out for Toast boys. We got to see them lock this down a little bit here.
Yeah, I think it looks like they're trying to do a little bit of default. You know, you have Vice lurking over towards A, and I think that's the Astra work, or...
I like this layering.
Yeah.
Like, you can kind of have someone on site, a little close like Toast is, and then playing that verticality from that Gecko, right? This is...
Kind of playing
that
almost
judge.
like off their contact almost.
Oh, no. Are we going to have a jumping judge from down here? Why do I feel like that's a real possibility? Tarek already removes that layering element, though. The player up towards that top side. Toast, nice little camera here.
They don't clear him. Not cleared.
Oh my God. Toast lock in. Keep those hands from shaking. Jump up! And it's giving me flashbacks!
He got it!
I can't believe it! Tarek goes down! Oh, you love to see that. That's filthy.
Oh, Ten's opened up the A side though.
Diabolical.
That's nasty. I mean, to be fair, Tens is being outfragged by Kaide, so I think he's got to, you know.
You got to win the mental game now.
That's true.
You have to.
It's mental war. Toast is unmoved. Toast is.
This is a great smoke.
Oh wow! Oh my God, no! I'm getting flashbacks. I mean, are we calling that corner Toast right now? I think it might.
We can point it now.
I think it might have to happen.
I guess a good example, though, the difference here, because on A, you kind of have to clear this almost horseshoe wall that is it's obviously spammable or wallbangable with the recon coming through. But here, it's almost like the site opens up once you come through this archway. And I guess unless you're splitting through the other side, that choke point could be nasty for Util.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where the mid splits would have to come in, right? It's like you, with all the extra positioning that defenders can take, you really want to take a mid split and pinch them and force them to take uncomfortable fights.
I mean, look, if that Algorn had just looked down, it would have been different. Bit of a trade through in mid. Ten's only going to get one this time. But again, that Aldrone was right there. If it just checked that cubby, it would have been cleared. So there are outplay options. It's getting a little scrappy towards B. This choke point is going to be brutal. Toast this time does go down. You're not going to get Kaide twice like that. You should already take towards site. Again, I love this scaling up towards it. Great Gecko flash as well.
Actually, yeah.
Mel, my go.
Swept through. We'll need an ace.
No,
no, Tarek.
No, Mel, please, bro, please.
Somebody trade him.
Oh, God. Josh is running, man. Josh is trying to get there. Oh, dear. Mel, I need you to really focus here, bro. I really need you to focus. So far, has there anything caught your eye that they're doing that you guys had in your play test? Or is it kind of playing out somewhat as you expected? Is it kind of along the same lines?
Yeah, I think it's playing out a little bit as we expect. You know,
I mean, maybe not this.
Yeah, maybe not that.
that.
But yeah, I think it's like kind of what we're seeing. You know, again, if it's a normal attack map, three lanes. You know, there's going to be evolution more so on the strategy rather than anything else.
Down A.
But yeah, here's some nice aggression actually.
Again, it feels like you really can't take your foot off the gas on either side because you can get these early balls, right?
This contact comes through so quickly. Oh, it can do. Oh. Ten's diffed again. Same as round one.
Okay, 3 players. Mel's got a vandal. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, Mel.
Launching thorns.
I'm believing in this, like it's going to help it happen. It's not. As it stands, it's good work coming out from Tarek's side, and again, like punishing this, keeping these like late positions down middle seems so valuable, right? This is perfect examples of how much control you get by keeping that space in mid. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Split in a way, Ascent in a way. You're getting those moments where it's like so key to keep that map control for rotate.
Yeah, I think Split is a great example where it's if you can control mid as an attacker, you really hamper the defender rotation, and you cut that. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's devious.
One enemy remaining.
Well, I'm curious actually if we do see anybody hop onto who else but Ten? I was going to say,
what I did to him.
whoever's going to pick up the operator first.
Okay,
Show me
is
the
on
money.
the op. Ten's, why don't you close?
Here we go. Again, these are the sort of lines of sight, and you're already seeing that util kind of trying to facilitate a push-up. I like what Mel's doing off the back of this too, right? But Tarek on the other side's been gunning today.
I really like this play. Just nice defaulting kind of around mid.
I guess you were talking about what the defaults kind of, or I guess the formation looks like is the 1-2-2, right? You were talking about 2 towards mid and then 2 towards A side, or
yeah.
Okay.
Again, there's that mid pressure, right? There's layers to this. You don't get that full freedom. Nice lockdown here, actually. This is stunning stuff. For now, though, you're looking at the remnants of the team that was kind of splitting through towards B main. And it's going to be difficult with Toast. Oh, no, apparently it's easy. My bad. That's on me. I overestimated you drastically. So down to the spike having to be picked up here. But Vinny and Josh, all deadly duo.
TP to safety as well, so we'll actually see a full 2v2 in the post here.
You are divided.
So this is kind of like what we're talking about with
Divide
the
to go out.
Yeah. Yeah, with the layered defenses here, Mel is able to kind of, the retake is very easy now for the defenders because they're not taking any forward positioning in the elbow or in heaven. So now you're going to see, it'll start to kind of fall apart for the attackers because they didn't take that extra space.
And Josh completely out of it. You're right. It does kind of force the hand a little bit if you want safety.
Exactly. So I think, if you're an attacker and you take the side, you might want to go and maybe greed a little bit more for that elbow space, kind of like stop the rotation a little bit earlier, like in this area here. Because if you don't, as an attacker, you're just going to be like fish in a barrel. You're going to get shot from a lot of different angles.
I guess, just quickly, what's the pathing for the attackers to get up to heaven? It's around the...
It's around, so you have to go through elbow first and then up the staircase.
So it's almost something you're looking towards, either clearing ahead of the plant or I guess as cycle, because that's usually where your anchor's going to slip into, much like Split again, coming back into elbow behind and maybe towards stairs. But
I think also it's like, hey, if like your duelist wants to path into heaven on the way to site, like, hey, if there's like a waylay or even Noman too, like TP'd into heaven and gets that forward positioning.
Think about that. Okay, 2 to 4.
Also interested to see if there's actually any kind of B post plan where they can kind of tuck a couple of players in and then somebody come back and cheese a little bit.
I guess it's playing out. Ooh, hold on. Tens might be doing Tens things.
He knows about more as well, but swinging a miss on the second.
Nice.
Oh, he's still good. Nice angle there as well. Nice kind of like play through for him. And again, I feel like you're going to be able to hear a lot of these rotations too, because like as much as it is quite a big map, again, you can kind of slip through into those mid connectors sort of areas. You can hear these rotations as they start making noise.
Even now looking at the mini-map, you think about the size of Ascent on the mini-map. It looks massive, actually.
Prius, thank you. Thank you! Tens just hit and run. Again, feeling omnipresent because of controlling that mid-space. Ace player on our show is Josh to finally deal with him. But Vinny and Josh got their work cut out now. There's a firing squad. Mel's getting greedy. There it is. They take away Vinny, leaving just Josh alive.
30 seconds left.
Chase him down now.
Toast. Toast is the worst kind of player, bro. Like,
my favorite kind of player, I've got to say. Spamming through with it.
Okay, all good. All saved in the end. We're actually getting a close game now. I think like, everyone's kind of getting the tempo of the map as well, kind of getting the control of space. I'm trying to have a little look around for like little goodies. Like the observers normally show me it. You know what I mean? They normally like fly around and find some good stuff. Thank you. I'm already seeing it ready, lined up. And again, I kind of like. Where's the little salt dudes? Where's the little salt dudes?
Yeah, we're not seeing enough of Easter eggs just yet.
Can we cook a little harder on that, please? Again, we have like a half bite-ish. I think it's just Kaide down on the Sheriff. I mean, you got to give your gunner the rifle. What are we doing? I mean, Kaide against Mel. The age-old. Tens want to take space. And I quite like that we're seeing this aggression from Tens, kind of showing what you can do space-wise and aggression-wise, but Vinny up to the test. Putting the pain towards him. Kaide does go down. But again, I love the fact that you can take kind of considered aggression.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's, again, it comes back to that sort of... actually, Mel tucked in here next to the smoke. Good for two. All of them.
There she is. Take a stand, Mel. There it is. We're waiting for it.
She's on her feet now.
There it is. And this is a feel-good map, though. Like, I was initially a little bit worried about some of those 50-50 angles, right? It was something that was in my mind. I know a lot of people were kind of saying that sort of thing, that just being cognizant of it, but already seeing, like, the way it plays out, you're just going to be checking corners. You just got to be using that util. Nothing is safe. It's that instant reminder, right?
Yeah, I think as well, like, when you push up through the map, you know, corners will start to like clear themselves. Like as you slice the pie, right? As you're checking stuff one by one, things will naturally open up to you, and it won't feel as complicated as it might seem.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, mid-split coming through. This is what we were talking about. They lacked earlier on.
Yeah, and the late BASILISK here.
Nearly. But they've been wrapped on,
That's smart as well. Getting up just in time.
13 HP.
Lucky for her. But already side control is gained. I kind of like what they tried to do with that split there, utilizing mid, kind of cutting through that path, and they gambled right. We saw the Toast side was stacked up on that B side.
And just quickly on the walls here, is it only the Odin with the high penetration that will go through these walls? So it's not Odin. Rifles.
Not rifles. Yes, correct.
Okay. Wall swiftly dealt with.
Spike planted.
And that's a little awkward for them now, coming through this stage wall.
Yeah, not going to be easy.
Well, this flank could be huge actually. Opted to go back through mid.
I quite like that they're trying to find a new pathway.
Yeah. Mel just TP'd into a corner smoke here.
Yeah, smart work here. Josh can be now pressured, cleared on the corner as well. I thought these Stingers might have really thrived in these close quarter. Oh, okay, they are. Yvonne and Derek are doing very well. They found some stability here, but the time started ticking. They've got to get moving. Mel and City trying to work this back through, but a 1v2 is brutal. Yvonne there to shut it out. Back real close.
Again, another example of kind of how, actually on a lesser purchase, if you can get into this site, it can be really difficult to fight back in. So we talked about the flank coming through, didn't wrap all the way through spawn, but come back through mid. It can be really, really rough to actually retake here.
Yeah, I think, again, I think the stage, the stage is actually a really nice pick for the attackers, because once they get the site, it like flips the castle. Now they are the defenders almost, and now it's like, okay, how do we, as when the script is flipped, how do we, as the defenders, take the site?
Because I guess the main thing here with this kind of, I'm calling it the horseshoe there, the wall around A, that's typically how you'd expect it set up for a defender. It's open for the attackers to walk onto site, so it's actually really interesting. Like I said, another example potentially for the post plant, if we'll see one.
And I quite like the fact that you can see how much value just that single smoke in mid gets you. It allows you to cross up, right? Because I know a lot of people are scared about that, maybe operator controlling too much space. But City got to respect this now and fall back. Oh! He got a tag on Taryn too, I'm pretty sure here, Tens. Oh dear, he's hungry. He's hungry. Oh dearie me.
This is an aggressive take, actually.
It's all right. He's got to be made.
1v5?
I mean, I believe.
So in this situation, what are you looking for Josh to do to make the most of this time?
I think he might want to plant for back elbow and try to like see if he can maybe like get defenders as like they're coming into the site.
Oh! Tens ain't got no chill right now, yeah. And look, I know this is obviously a show match, but I love the aggression we're seeing. It makes me so happy.
Yeah, just going back to that one smoke again, it's actually, it's not necessarily a given. The defenders have to progress forward. There needs to be kind of two layers, maybe somebody coming out from the A side to kind of complement that push. Again, not too dissimilar in, I guess, the setup. That nearly lined up beautifully, actually. But in terms of ascent, you know, this one smoke on arches or deep towards pizza, you're asking the same thing, but you don't get the same kind of pressure from short on ascent. This really asks you to come out and get ahead of that push.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it with Sid City. She tried to fight up a little bit more, but she had to respect the four-man push coming down at mid.
But it also looks quite playable. If you do fall back away from that kind of like top mid, I guess, op swing position, there is playable space behind it, so you're not completely forced forward. I do want to keep an eye on some of these ults, we start seeing them interact. And again, that Dizzy. So nice. You're seeing like Dizzy looking valuable, the Fade Eye.
Yeah, that was a reveal over the top as well, yeah.
Really, really lovely. Wow. There was a smoke there. Tens. The
fun policer here.
And all in the meantime, City's just sat there as well, like played in so nicely.
And look at Cypher at mid. He knows they're contained. He hears the rotates.
Yeah, that is so smart. I get this sort of presence, right? Keeping that, like, even late fight for middle is so valuable. Slipping a player down there gives you so much security towards the B side, for example, here. City doing well just to hold that down, but Toast with the judge. I guess that's why Vice is kind of nice too.
Yeah, I'm just thinking actually, I touch it after this round. Rez comes through, Vinny's back on his feet. Actually a push onto the side here, kind of tagged up though.
Oh, City down on 15 but still standing. Could do with some support here. Again, Toast slow and steady, but Mel clean stuff. Mel, calm down.
Just thinking back to comms, actually, just touching there on the Vice, but also the opportunities for deadlock as well. You're talking about the Sage Wall, but I mean, it could be really, really interesting in terms of util for the post plant to aggressively take space, deny kind of ways back into sight. So
yeah, I mean, I think when this map gets into players' hands, I think they'll find that a lot of things could potentially work. Especially with when it comes to compet, you'll have the RR reduction on your losses,
so you can really play around.
You can really play around, learn the map, experiment with some stuff if you're feeling like it. But yeah, and just have fun.
And again, I'm pretty sure I just noted this, that Toast is using the Among Us crosshair, I believe it is.
Yes, I do believe that is.
And that would upset me further if I died him with a judge in Toast's corner. Just knowing that now compounds
that's
issues.
why he's a judge player.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It does make sense.
You're not hitting headshots with that thing.
Nah.
It's really good position.
And this is what I was talking about, that playable space, kind of top middle, right? Again, it does feel like super close kind of, I guess, choke points, but very swingable, very playable from those deeper angles. And I kind of like that synergy then between Tens and I think it was, Kobe as well. Kind of like both working that. Let's go, Vinny. Now, just 3 of them remaining. Kaide, Vinny, and Josh. A couple of ults in play here too. So City gonna get diffed here. Gonna say it. Vinny clearing up a little bit, but can he survive now? Kobe, a little too late for that.
Another push out here. Ten's still looking for something. Lines him up again. Starting to get a little warmed up.
It's 7-5. It's a respectable half,
Yeah,
though.
for sure.
10.
Oh my god. Oh, they're all standing.
They're all up.
Oh! That's a bold maneuver at 7-5. But why not?
Yeah.
And I heard there is like a something if you lose.
I've heard rumors.
Rumors.
Yeah.
Whispers. I don't want to bring it up.
I saw a sneak preview of that.
Oh,
Not before the watershed.
No, true.
No.
True. Well, yeah, stay tuned because you'll find out soon enough. And again, like in the distance, there's so much.
I mean,
detail
yeah,
to
just
this
to come back
map.
to the visuals
Like,
again,
look at
like
this.
when you're talking about elevating the art style and kind of the visuals and stuff, the map itself looks great, but the environment on top of that.
Yeah, I mean, like shout out to the art team. Oh, they found one. The
Okay,
Easter
okay.
eggs. I mean, yeah,
Look
the
at
art.
this.
What is going on here?
I mean, you can tell the art team had a lot of fun with this one. I
Yeah.
think it was like something that we wanted to like really like hone in on. It's like, hey, how can we make our maps look even better than they do already while keeping that gameplay consistency?
I am seeing the Taxi Bear in what looks like a hot tub up there as well. Hopefully we can touch back on that soon as Kaide. I mean, just give Kaide a pistol. For some reason, she is obscenely good with it. And actually, I like that little like overhang kind of denies the dizzy coming through. So you can play some of these corners, still have to be really locked in to clear them.
Yeah.
A bit of a different setup here towards, I guess, Team Tarek here on the B defense. They're stacked up towards the archway.
Like I told you, Kaide's nasty with that pistol.
Last player
Tens.
standing.
And she knows it's tens.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh! There's another one!
Stop it, please, Tens. Please, it's meant to be
I
fun.
got the spike.
Oh, God. Tens in a 1v2.
Oh my god.
Please come back, Tens. Please
Oh my god!
That's outrageous. A Red Bull clutch in a show match. I mean, he was the chosen one for a reason, Mike.
I think he heard you talking about Kaide with a pistol.
Yeah, my
and,
bad, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
You,
take it back.
you stoked the fire.
Yep.
Standing.
That was nuts, though.
Yeah, that was that.
Oh, the first, beautiful. The second follow-up, though, it's almost like a little fadeaway. Oh!
I love these like headshot
remaining.
angles as well. Like you feel like you can play into it, but they are certainly. It gives you these like playable
remaining.
options.
Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
my
tens. If you're tens though, the defenders don't stand a chance.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
nice to be tens, I
Yeah.
guess,
We've got the
right?
example of brute forcing on a pistol.
Yeah.
Tower.
Oh,
he gets it?
oh, again, these are those 50-50 corners still cleared, but you have that option. If you're not going to invest utility early, you're going to get punished.
Yeah, it's very dangerous to try to contact up, but
Oh,
they're just. Toast is getting his,
Yep.
his three for sure.
Ace.
Nice four.
the crowd commands it. He's in his cam. Brilliant. Toast, get out of your cam.
Go hunting.
Toasting cameras. Right, Kaide, deny it, please. Oh no, they've...
Actually, yeah.
Here, they're coming. They're coming. They're coming.
Oh,
They're
I
on
think
the
we're going
way.
to see 4 knives out
They're
here
on
just
the way.
charging.
Oh, please, Kaide, don't go down like this. Oh no.
Another
no.
flash hit.
Toast with the ace. That's a nasty cam shot right back
Yeah,
to Kaide's
not
face.
happy.
What are you doing?
Not happy.
What are you doing, production? How dare you? Nastiness. And the judges look quite strong.
Spike.
Well, yeah, just to come back though, also another example where initially the kill goes one way, but if you're stacked up, these trades can come through. And they're talking about kind of scaling up and leapfrogging.
Yeah.
You can get to sight so quickly if you win this opening engagement.
Come on, Team Tarek. I need you guys to focus up a little bit here. All right, we need a little bit more play.
Like this wall.
Did you guys play much with the Sage, or was that something that you didn't really see as valuable as maybe we're seeing it here?
I think we tried
Yeah.
a lot of different stuff. I think the Sage is like we were trying like a more traditional, like hey,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
let's like wall stuff as an attacker, like kind of what Yvonne did, like walling the main. But I think there's definitely a lot more room to explore with Sage, I'd say. Especially like on B and A with some of the elevation.
Can you get a wall up to see out the window?
I think you might barely be able to.
Okay.
People are going to be... Mike, why did you give them the idea? Why did you say this? Let me enjoy my games. Yeah, get that utility. Okay. Who's holding the site? Kaide with a Guardian. Trying to play that little bit of a deeper angle, but Tens...
But they didn't clear it.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, one more. One more. Oh, no, there's the Flying Judge. Oh, good trade. We've got a team of judge abusers, Mike.
Yeah, yeah. It's like there's 5 links in the server.
Okay.
Oh, and there's the Omen going up into heaven, kind of stopping the rotate as fast as possible.
That is super nice, actually, seeing that in play. Toast playing on that corner again. You're going to get this control if you're not going to clear it. This is forcing their hand. Brutal, but you have to be so reserved with your utility, so heads up with it. And was that a little chess piece in the fountain?
The fountain looks like a rook piece.
I just think, I guess there we almost had an example of kind of the jet pathing into sight here. It's
Oh,
almost
that's
similar
lovely.
to kind of getting into an ascent in terms of like the smoke forward. They usually dash for the switch to close the door, but you can get up onto the hut. Up on top of hut here, and then I guess it's just another updraft to get straight into heaven.
Yeah, I think. Well, I think you'd only be able to get on top of hut because there's no second updraft. I think you have to updraft onto the hut, or maybe you can't dash.
Out of charges.
And it looks pretty all in.
He dodges the tether.
Not being slowed down yet, still trying to play his life. Nice little reveal on side, but there's a lot of bodies here. Running out of knives to play with, but the Bucky comes bounding through. Kaide killed. And at least he stops the rot here, but Plant's going to be in.
Yeah, so now the defenders are here, though. They're ready for the retake.
Let's see if they can do some damage on this one. Yeah, nice from Josh, keeping them pinned on the site this time.
Looking for more as well.
Oh, Vinny.
Scanning ahead.
Oh, it's there. Does that help out at all? Oh, no one able to make much of that.
This heaven position is actually deadly as well. Again, the scope up here.
Last player
Then
standing.
you can get anything done. No, it's City.
Clean.
Oh, now with a 3K.
Yeah, very nice.
I guess as well, yeah, you'd need to hop onto the little, maybe up onto the box to dash, and then so maybe it's a little more clunky than the ascent approach, but it was actually a nice set piece in the previous round with the cage in the corner to kind of path over the top of hut.
Yeah.
Again, obviously been doing that in scrims.
Nice little inspect. Oh!
Yeah, we don't want that. It's not a judge. And again, just to come back here, how spammable is the hut from both sides?
It's not very spammable. I think maybe on the small bits with the Odin, but not the hut, like the thick part of the hut. No.
Okay, Toast without. Oh, excuse me.
What?
Sorry, I didn't realize there was a second player. I found out in the kill feed. Oh, God. It's just filthy. Kaide doing the best you can, but I mean...
I think they're going for around the world right now. They're just in their spawn.
Yep, just taking the tour. Oh, wow, we got some RPers here. That's crazy.
Yes, the
That's
RPers.
crazy. Vinny. Oh, you've unlocked one.
The biggest in space is like, what are they doing?
Guys, they're all in spawn. Oh. Yes, the fun police did indeed arrive.
Yeah.
I feel like I could lip read that one as well. Top 5, guys. 10's is kind of kicked up a gear. He's on 23 to 11.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, he's got back into the rhythm of being on stage.
Yeah. Yeah, he's quite good at stage games, isn't he?
Flank them. It's 5 man.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
We're leaking comms.
Okay.
I like that.
We're leaking comms, though.
So where in the map would you say this is the most feasible approach?
5-man slam? Probably through B.
Okay.
I think A, the attackers have a little bit more to work with.
Well,
Oh,
they've teased us and they're not doing it.
Yeah, it was all a ruse. And it feels like they're trying to extend a little bit of gameplay here. I'm seeing classics and cherish, but I can also see your money. Team Toast. Oh, no, no, tens. This feels like bullying.
Yeah.
This feels mean.
Big C's though, actually.
Oh God, look at what's waiting. Look. There's knives, and there's a choke point. If they carry on this way, it's probably not going to feel. Oh no, Yvonne, don't. Oh no, they're getting baited in, Mike. They're getting baited in. City waiting.
You can see them when they go in.
Oh, we got one!
It's tapping the ball.
She's still going. I thought one was enough. The second as well. damn. Are you really going to take that, Tarek? Are you letting that
I love
happen?
how it's Tarek the first to fall.
Beautiful, isn't it? There it is. A sacrifice. Giving it up. Oh, no.
Wait, so hang on, actually, who cheated? Who bought the guns there? So a few guns made it into sight.
Tarek, I need you to up the ante here.
Right, where's my 5-man flank?
We were promised this.
Yeah. Okay, now
It's gonna be a very loud round.
We've got 5 Odins now.
Now we can see how spammable
Yeah,
the
we're
map is.
testing
There we go.
the balls are.
Well,
this is the one we're on about.
Well, at least you have other spots to play. You have options.
that is true. That would not be fun otherwise. Luckily, mostly unscathed here.
Yeah, they didn't really get too much from that. Actually, they're
I mean, yeah, toast the balls
look
first.
at mid. They're just getting so much free info.
Oh, comes in.
It's not pretty gameplay.
No, this is not probably the caliber that the next game's going to be like.
No.
But you never know. Oh, it's just very loud here. It's very, very loud. Thank you, Vinny, and thank you, Tarek, for quietening down Team Toast.
Have they run out of money yet? As I say, do we get another next round? Do we get another weird purchase?
I think they're just going for a real buy pretty soon.
Yeah.
I mean, for Toast, that is just any sort of shotgun, so...
Safer bet.
I guess another question as well with
One enemy remaining.
to get a reveal into that site, kind of has to go through the window. What are the opportunities to come over that archway in terms of the skybox? Because is there any kind of possibilities for early reveals to set that up, or do you have to take the space in front of that window?
You kind of need to take the space in front of the window. You can do some level of recon for it.
Go.
There's something in there.
They're going all in. They want to end this one, it looks like. For this tournament site, we do have that Vice utility here as well. TP up towards heaven. Tens has a go, and it just clips the ankle almost. And Josh Zeki, beautiful from him.
That right there, that positioning is primed. Oh, but Mel just goes through heaven.
Look, Mel's getting kind of slippery with these positions, figuring out the map.
But did she TP in, actually?
Yeah,
She did.
Okay. 3v2. Mel and Toast. Hello, Tarek, and wake up here, buddy. Mel is reining it in. Nice little glimpse out there.
Yeah, they took the bait.
Oh, this time.
Well, the TP in as well.
Oh, Mel is putting on a masterclass. This could be lovely, but a tap on the spike and a draw. The hand has to show. Okay, Mel. You ending it now up against Mel.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Mel.
She's sticking it.
Where's the time? Oh! A nice try all around. The 13-7.